Hi friends, my name is Claire and today we are contemplating, so please stick around. Hello friends, my name is Claire and this is my channel, Woodshed Theory. Here, I make videos about what it is like to live as an adult on the autism spectrum and whatever else feels good to me, so if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click the subscribe button, ring the bell. I almost forgot to mention that I put out videos 3 times a week, and we're almost at 800, so please help me get there. You're the best. Thank you. I thought we would try a little bit more of a relaxed video today. See how that goes. I hope that you're having a great week. I know that I am. I've just been thinking a lot lately about, well, I want to say, what is it like to be sane? But I think that the assumption there would be that the other half would be insane, and I think that that's reaching. But I've been thinking about what it must be like to live without chronic mental illness and autism. What must that experience be like, and what could someone get done? You know, what would that experience look like or feel like? Because as a person who has lived with chronic mental illness for most of their lives, I have obsessive compulsive disorder. I have had some relief through medication and therapy where my intrusive thoughts aren't with me all the time. Like, I'm not always in intrusive thought mode, but more often than not, if I forget to take my medication or I'm just having a bad day, the intrusive thoughts are always there. And I wonder, like, what is it like to live without them scratching at the back of your mind all the time? Because it is very distracting, and I have learned coping skills to work past them and do better. But it still makes me wonder, you know, I kind of liken it to how I think it must be to have ADHD, which I'm not sure if I have, but, you know, you look at people and you think, how can you focus on one thing at a time and just get things done one thing at a time? And I wonder what it would be like if I didn't have the intrusive thoughts of OCD just in the back of my mind almost all the time. What's funny is, as I've mentioned before, I feel 80 to 90% better than I used to, and I don't know how I would get anything done before I got help. It was not fun, that's for sure. I just wonder, you know, I know that before I got help, OCD was taking up hours and hours and hours of my day, and I was really struggling to get anything done. But I wonder what it would be like if that was completely gone. And I know that many people will say, well, everyone experiences mental illness sometime in their life. And I think that's completely true, and I'm not trying to invalidate that experience. I'm just trying to think about, you know, if you suffer from a chronic mental illness, what would life be like if it just wasn't there? You know, we've talked about in therapy before that it might be scary not to have OCD there when you've had it there for so many years, and that might feel like you don't have your security net. But I'm still struggling almost daily with getting caught up in mental obsessions and ruminations. And if I didn't have to like deal with that all the time and walk myself through, okay, this is just your OCD talking. What are my next steps here? Where do we go from here? I I don't know what that would look like or feel like. And I've just been kind of imagining that mental freedom from intrusive thoughts. Again, I feel like I've found a lot of freedom, right? Like I am doing so much better than I was just a few years ago. I guess what I'm trying to say is sometimes I think, are you telling me that people can go through their whole day and not focus on intrusive thoughts or get caught up in their intrusive thoughts? That must be very freeing. And that's just from my perspective, having had a bunch of success with my treatment. And now I don't feel like I spend hours a day on OCD. Maybe 30 minutes a day. But still, there are days where I'm like, whoa, this is intense. And I wish that it would stop. But as I said, I think that the general consensus is that everyone's got something wrong with them and everyone's dealing with something. And I think that that's true to an extent, but I'm just talking about in my case, what would that be like? What would I be able to accomplish? Would it really make a difference? Don't know. I guess that rolls over into what must life be like if you're not on the spectrum. And if you're new here and you're thinking, well, everyone's a little bit on the spectrum. No, they're not. So there's that. And, and yes, everyone has their own issues, but, you know, sometimes I do wonder, what is it like to go into social situations and not worry about them, or not to prepare or replay conversations? What is it like to just not have social anxiety and just want to go out and live your life and always be with people and not need time to recoup? I hope that I'm not sounding like I wish I had a different life, or that I wish that everything would change. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that I do think about it. You know, it's interesting though, because when I was a child, I wanted to be different so badly. I wanted to be normal or the same as everyone else. Now I'm not, I don't feel like that at all. But I do sometimes wonder what it would be like to be neurotypical with no mental or chronic mental illnesses. But thank goodness I'm happy and healthy and doing okay, and I'm not in a place where I want to be different or change myself for other people. I do just sometimes feel like, as a person looking from the outside in, like into the neurotypical world, into the mentally healthy world, it's just got to be such a different experience. I'm glad to have my special own experience of the world. I don't think I would take it back, but just interested in what it must feel like. Does it hurt? I know that we have really great conversations here in the comments, and I guess I wanted to bring this up to see if anyone else ever feels that way. I'm just want to make it clear, I'm not saying that I wish that I wasn't autistic, or I wish that I didn't have OCD. I mean, it would be nice not to have OCD, but it's a part of who I am. Do other people think about this? What it must be like? I'm not talking about like getting caught up in the daydream of being a normal person and being focused on it all the time. I'm just saying sometimes I just think, gee, I spend a lot of time in my own head working through OCD thoughts and intrusive thoughts. Like, I spend a lot of time working through conversations that I've had with people. Wouldn't it be so different if it was different? I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, I wanted to ask if this is something that my YouTube friends and family have experienced before. You know, I've mentioned before, could we possibly get a simulator, a neurotypical simulator? What would that look like? That's kind of a joke. I don't want to. I don't want to. Or if there was one, I would try it, but I'm not saying that we should pursue that. Guys, I hope that you are having a lovely week. I know that I am. It's still very green here, and I'm just enjoying it so much. I've been doing a bunch of crochet, a lot of cleaning, and getting ready for the holidays. So I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. And yeah, let me know in the comments. Do you ever feel this way? Am I just the odd one out? I'm learning that I'm not, so tell me your thoughts. Bye.